All right, Kipsters. So our aim today, I hope you've read it. Go ahead and track the board. Our aim today is to write and solve division equations when we're given a model. Now, a very important piece about this day is to figure out what we start with and then what is happening to what we start with. So notice the solid lines are always what we start with. So here you can see in number 1, we started with 2 wholes. And then what did we do? Well, I took those 2 wholes and I divided them into 1/2 pieces. Make sure that if your first number is a whole number, your second number must be a fraction. So we know that if we start with a whole number, our answer is going to be a whole. So we count our wholes, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 divided by 1/2 equals 4. Let's go down though to number 3. I have only 1 whole because you don't see any separate boxes like you did in number 1. So I start with 1 whole. But we're not going to focus just on 1 whole. Your 1 whole was split. Sorry about the camera, guys. Your 1 whole was split into 1, 2, 3, 4 fifths. So your first number is going to be a fraction, 1/5. And we're now going to draw an arrow to our 1/5 because we're focused on that 1/5. Now we have to look at the dotted lines. What happens second? Well, we took 1/5 and we split it into 1, 2, 3 pieces. So it becomes 1/5 divided by 3. Now here's the crazy part, right? If we start with a fraction, we need to end with a fraction, but we need to be careful about our new denominator because we're just focused on what one little new piece will be worth. But the denominator has changed. If I count all of these, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 is my denominator and 1 is my numerator. Okay? So make sure that you think to yourself, what's coming first? Okay? I'll go ahead and just go ahead and skip number 5, but I do want you to look at number 7. So we'll do 2 more together. So number 7, I notice that I have only 1 whole. So that means I know that I'm going to start with a fraction first, but I need to figure out what fraction. That 1 whole is split into, I like to outline my shapes. That 1 whole is split into 1, 2, 3, 4 fifths again. So I start with fifths. And now go ahead and see if you can come up with that second number. Of that 1/5, we cut it. How did we cut that 1/5? Think about what whole number comes second. Well, we cut it into 1, 2, 3 pieces. Okay, so just look at the 1/5, not the whole thing. So you just have to focus on one of them. So that 1/5 was sliced into 3 pieces. How interesting. Go ahead and shade in. So our answer is 1 new piece, and our denominator is actually the same as number 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So 1/5 divided by 3 is 1/15. I'll go ahead and do number 9, and then I'll let you work on your own to check the answer key. So what did we start with? So here it's a little bit, it's similar actually to the first question. So right, those solid lines are what we started with. So we started with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wholes. And since we start with wholes, what comes next? Blurt it out. A fraction comes next. So we have to figure out what each whole was split into. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. So each whole was split into sixths. So I need to count how many sixths do I have in my all my 6 holes. So that's 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. Okay. Also notice, remember, we start with a hole. What do we end with? Blur, a hole. Look above. You started with a fraction. What do you end with? A fraction. So now you have the rest of the paper and you have the back. This is really, really awesome practice. Your teacher in the classroom is going to pass out an answer key. I expect this work to be done at a level 0. And of course, you can work at a level 1 if you want to ask your teammate a few questions. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and please grow your brain for me while I'm gone. I'll make sure to, I really do miss you guys, and I'll make sure to see you when I'm back. Bye-bye.